Hey, Craig with Kuat here, and today I am going to show you how to configure our IBEXB2, which is the IBEX full size for the short bed, which is 6-foot bed for a full-size truck. I'm going to be configuring it in Midheight version. I'll walk you through some of the processes, some of the steps that make it easier to assemble. Everything is very clear and labeled, and we'll go through what's included. So as I mentioned, this is the IBEX full-size short bed, which is for a SKU, it's IBEXB2 or IBEXB2. What's included in the box, as you'll see here, I've already taken out the center pieces, but these are the hoops. So these are the top and bottom extrusions along with the crossbars. Laid out here on the table, I have hardware that comes with it, provided tools. We even provide a chuck for your drill, for your impact, so you can assemble and change it really quick. Appropriate T-nuts, all the washers. These are the front Molle support, or the crossbar supports. One neat accessory with the crossbars that I'll show you later on is the ability to take them out of flush mount mode and go and pair with our riser kit, which is an awesome accessory. These are the mounts that we'll be using today. If you have a track system mount, this is what you'll use on OE Toyotas, Gladiators, and other trucks. Fortunately not Nissan yet. These are just the traditional C-clamp or J-clamp mounts that bite under the bed rail, and we'll show you how those go on. These are the 4 center pieces. They come right here in full size mode or full height, but for today's build we are going to be putting them in mid-height. Take apart all these caps real quick, show you what that's like. All right, so once that cap is off, you can see these are the 2 bolts, come out, repeat the process on this side, and then do that for all 4 of them. Hey, Cisco. Hey. Welcome.
So you're Cisco. IBEX, best car rack for your truck.
Yep, we're showing the IBEXB2, which is the full-size short bed.
It's the most popular rack in America right now. Get it on your truck.
We're also going to configure it in the mid-height. So
mid-height.
Yeah, we're taking out the beauty caps. We're going to drop the center beam here, and then we're going to compress it down to mid-height.
That's for all you short kings out there.
All the hardware for the beauty caps are out, so you can see on both sides which bolts to remove. One thing to note on the corner piece, we also put the serial information. So of course we include it here on your warranty card, but if you ever forget or misplace that card, that's your serial number. These are the beauty caps. So real quickly, I'm going to take out these bolts, and these are the mid-height bolts we'll be using. So I'm going to take apart each of these. Once you back them out, just go ahead and set them aside. So the driver is really nice. We're quickly breaking this down. And these are the center beams that we'll set off to the side. Whenever you want to go back to full height mode, that's what those are for. So, center beams are out. One cool thing to note too is when, if I can get it in there, when the bolt is in that spot, it's grooved, notched, Pretty cool. Well thought out. Okay, those are all out. Set all those aside. You'll want those for whenever you're hitting it, going back up to full height mode. So these are the hardware that we'll use. We'll go ahead and we'll assemble those back up. Assembling this in that mid-height, one thing to note on when you are putting the bolts in, there is kind of a specific side for the nut and for the bolt head. You'll see it's kind of notched out to where once that clicks in, it's almost, you don't have to use a socket or another wrench to help tighten that on. So pretty cool. 3 more quickly put on, and we'll move on to the lower and upper extrusions of the rack. So now what I'm doing is just lining up some of the hardware. I like to go ahead and put washers on each of them. That way they're all ready to go. All right, hardware is all lined up. Like I said, 4 per corner piece, 4 corner pieces. We'll continue to use the chuck. That makes it really nice if you have a drill. If you don't, of course, we have the Allen wrench provided. All right, once you put the other side on, you can take your finished corner piece and just kind of click it in like a puzzle. And then, like I said, screw, 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 boom. And then that hoop is finished. Now that you have the hoop completely assembled, click in there. This one clicks in there. So flip them over, and then that's where you'll use these bolts again to install. Do that on both sides. Dixie. This is the full-length Molle panel for the mid-height configuration. You can see how there is a slight bend. One is more straight up and down, and then there's a little bend. The bend in the Molle always goes at the bottom. The other thing to note, the Kuat logo will be on the lower bar on the IBEX. What I'll do is I'll flip this rack over, drop in the Molle panel. Okay, this is the hardware for the Molle panel. You can see there's 6 T-nuts with bolts and an Allen wrench. Drop that in. See, it should be pretty snug fit. Clicks down into place there. So then behind these, I'll slide in the T-nut and behind each of those holes. Molle panel is installed. All 6 spots. If we flip this over, clean up a bit and break out the crossbars. We'll go through, take a quick break. I would like to thank our sponsors, Küat racks, Kuat logo on the bottom. All right, so the crossbars for the IBEX, you can see here, they are included, which is pretty cool. You can see that there's a T-slot on the top and T-slots on the bottom. This orange screw loosens up the bars. Also, when you're using the crossbar riser kit, you can bump these bars out of the flush mount mode and they can fan out over the sides of the IBEX, so you can really maximize your roof space. Okay, I've got the hardware separated out. As you can see, there are more smaller bolts than there are longer when you're assembling in the flush mount mode. So the longer bolts go to attach through here, and these smaller bolts will go to attach this plate on the underneath side of the bar. long bolts in the nose. On this side, this side. IBEX is mostly assembled in Midheight. Side Molle panel, full size. The full length is right there. Crossbars. This is what we're talking about when we say flush mount mode. So it becomes just even with the top. Support. Crossbar supports go in here. Just bolt in to bite. Same thing, I still have to add one over here. The other two are assembled. And then there you have it. Stop will be going on the truck. So, this might be a good time in the video to wrap up part one. We'll have all the links to the part numbers, to the SKUs. Tune back in. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Here we go for part two. Can't forget, put the bottle opener.